Most people look at St. Lucia and think one thing: perfect vacation. They book a flight, find a resort on a white, sandy beach, of course, sip a pina colada under the pitons, a multi-million-dollar business corridor thriving quietly between the shores of Florida and this very special little island by the name of St. Lucia. Today we're going to go into it, guys. Most people look at St. Lucia and think one thing: perfect vacation. They book a flight, find a resort on a white, sandy beach, of course, sip a pina colada under the pitons, and fly home. They see a paradise, and they're not wrong. They're missing what's hiding in plain sight, guys. They're missing the bigger picture. Yeah. While tourists are taking pictures, guys, strategists are taking notes. While vacationers are spending money, investors are making it. This is something else entirely. A multi-million-dollar business corridor thriving quietly between the shores of Florida and this very special little island by the name of St. Lucia. Today we're going to go into it, guys. We're going to go into it. We're going to discuss corridor, the potential of being able to do business in St. Lucia. Right now, I'm Al Philosian, founder of Island Vacation Travel Agency and host of Island Vacation Travel Podcast. Now, we are helping travelers and businesses plan smarter, stress-free trips with a personal touch of global insight. Of course, brought to you by me. Gonna share that information with you guys. Now, today we have a special one for you, right? Think about it this way, right? The average tourist gets cramped into a shuttle bus, racing for a 90-minute journey from the airport to the hotel. But let me tell you something, the smart players, the serious investors, they take a 15-minute helicopter ride. Yes, that's right. They're not just saving time, they're making a grandiose statement. They are literally rising above the crowd to get a clearer view, touching down to closer deals while everyone else is still battling motion sickness along their travels. This is what we're going to be discussing today, right? Now, this isn't just about luxury. It's a difference in perspectives. It's about seeing a destination, not just for what it is, but for what it can be. And I hope that's why a lot of you people travel, right? Now, in this video, I'm pulling back the curtains. We're going to discuss it all in this podcast. I'll show you how to navigate St. Lucia like a pro, and more importantly, how to uncover the business gold mine that almost everyone else is missing. Going beyond the brochures to dive into the logistics, the partnerships, and the opportunities connecting the Sunshine State, Florida, to this Caribbean jewel, St. Lucia, right? Now, this is a playbook they don't hand you in the check-in desk. You're not going to get this. You're only going to get it here. Now, I just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out before we jump any deeper. Quick shout outs to the brands making this podcast possible. We really, really, really appreciate you guys. First of all, Island Vacays, that's ISLANDVACAS.com. We appreciate you. Your trusted partner for small, stress-free travel, right? Next, we got Scony.com, which is for luxury luggage that travels as well as you do, right? Next on the list, we have EricJavits.com. design accessories, perfect for businesses, business trips, yeah, your vacation as well. So I just wanted to check out the links in the description to support our show and enhance your travel experience, and let them know we sent you. Don't forget to use our code Island Vacation, right? Do not forget to use our code at any of those places, those stores, right? So let's dive into it, guys. Why this corridor actually matters between Central Florida or Florida and St. Lucia. Why this specific connection? It might seem random, but when you look closer, it's actually one of the most logical and historical proven economic partnerships in the Caribbean. Yeah. This isn't some new trend. It's an established channel that's simply under leveraged. Yes, we as Caribbean people are not taking full advantage of it. So hence why I wanted to bring it to everyone, the world at large, right? First, we have geography and history. Florida has always been America's primary getaway to the Caribbean and also Latin America. Its major ports like Port Miami and Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale aren't just local shipping hubs, guys. They are colossal logistics nerve centers for the entire Western Hemisphere. Goods, capital, and people flow through South Florida on a mind-boggling scale. Trade statistics consistently show the U.S. as St. Lucia's main source of imports, and a huge chunk of that trade flows directly through Florida's ports. Now, we're talking about everything from fuel, construction materials to consumer goods as well as people. Yes, people travel quite a bit. Now, this established channel is your foundation. It means the infrastructure, the shipping lanes, the container routes, the customs protocols is already in place. It's already set. You're not building a bridge from scratch, or as they would say, you're not rebuilding a wheel. Right? You're just driving a new car across the bridge, pretty much. That's been there for a ton of decades, right? Well, a couple hundred years. Now, the United States is St. Lucia's #1 trade partner, and Florida is the geographic anchor for that relationship. Do not forget that. There's stuff coming from around the world, but most of everything that's coming down to St. Lucia is actually coming down from Florida. Now, beyond logistics, there's a deep cultural and economic link. Florida, especially Miami and Fort Lauderdale, is a true melting pot with a vibrant diaspora. Yes, this creates a built-in understanding of the region's culture, needs, and also the consumer habits, right? Business isn't just done through contracts, it's done through relationships most of all. And most importantly, that shared cultural fabric provides a familiarity and trust you won't find anywhere else, right? People from St. Lucia travel to Florida for business and also education. That's pretty much how I got here. And also, Floridians have a long seen, Floridians have long seen the Caribbean as, would say, their backyards. Yeah. Look at how close Bahamas is to Florida. What's more, the economic priorities of both places are perfectly aligned. St. Lucia's government has made it crystal clear it's open for business. I'm pretty sure you guys are hearing me loud and clear. St. Lucia's government has made it crystal clear it is open for business. actively seeking foreign investors in tourism, real estate, manufacturing, and business outsourcing, right? At the same time, Florida continues, like St. Lucia, are rolling out the red carpet for new businesses with incentives like expedited permitting and job growth grants, right? It's a perfect match. A nation seeking investment and a state with the capital, expertise, and logistic power to provide it to the island. This isn't a guess, guys. It's actually a strategic alignment of government policy and economic reality. And it's why the smart money is flowing between these 2 points on the map between St. Lucia and Florida, right? Now, we just want to take a quick break again, guys. We want to shout out our sponsors. This episode is also brought to you by Shimmerwood Everlasting. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Elevating your home and office spaces with premium drinks, added a touch of luxury and peace to your day, right? Don't forget to check shimmerwood.com and use our code Island Vacation to get a 10 to 15% discount, right? Now, let's take it to the next level. The essential logistics guide, the how to. Before you can close a deal, you have to get there. And how you get there, move around and set up your home bases, everything about how serious you are. This is the first test. And isn't it? It sets the tone for everything else you gotta do. Tourists stumble through logistics, professionalism, masters them. We have to figure out and work around that, right? Now, get in there. The Florida getaway, right? Your journey starts in Florida, guys. The launch pad for this whole operation. You've got a few options depending on your priorities. So you got to be smart about how you do business, right? You have to think methodically, right? Now, the main artery is the direct flight between American Airlines. They are actually a major player in this. They actually give non-stop flights from Miami to St. Lucia. The main airport, which is Uranora International Airport, that the code is UVF. Right now, a direct flight clocks in at just under 4 hours. Your most efficient option, right? Miami is a global hub, so you can connect from anywhere around the world with business in the city and then make the final hop. You could jump stop in Miami, handle what you have to handle, and then head right down to St. Lucia, which is very convenient for business people. Round trip fares swing around between 400 to over 700, depending on the season. So booking in advance is actually key for the serious business travelers flying business class. Isn't just a perk. It's a tool to arrive rested and, most importantly, ready for business. Now, another great option is Fort Lauderdale. That's FLL. That's the airport code. And it's a more relaxed, user-friendly airport than Miami and has competitive fares. Direct flights might be less frequent, but it's always worth checking. Don't forget that. Now, and don't overlook PBI, which is the airport code for Palm Beach as well. While you likely having to connect through Miami or even Charlotte, the convenience of a small, less crowded airport can be a huge advantage if your network is based in the high network communities of Palm Beach County. It could be very convenient, guys, traveling through a smaller airport. And that is just something we found out. It's very convenient. Now, no matter which you choose, you land at Uranura International Airport, which is, as I told you, airport code UVF, and that's on the southern tip of the island. There's a smaller airport, SLU, near the capital, and that's in Castries. Castries is the capital of St. Lucia, but it's for regional flights, unless you have a smaller jet or something of that sort. All jets on the U.S. land at UVF. Okay, forget what I just said there. All jets from the U.S. land at UVF. When you land, you'll walk across the tarmac to the terminal. The immigration hall can get crowded, so have your passport and landing card filled out perfectly. Once you're through, you step into the arrival halls where your first big decision awaits. Now, navigating the island, the first big test. You've landed, you're through customs. Now what? You have to get from the south of the island, the airport that is, to the north of the island, where most of the business hubs are, like Rodney, right? It's about 40 miles, but on St. Lucia, miles actually don't matter. Time does, right? Now, here's the first rookie mistake almost everyone makes: taking the resort shuttle or a local taxi van. This is a 90-minute or 2-hour ordeal on a narrow winding road that snakes through the mountains, right? It's scenic for about 30 minutes. And then it's about the battle with the motion sickness, and you're just trying to stay focused on what's going on around you. But it's sort of a tour. Arriving at a meeting feeling green is not a power move. You do not want to enter in your meeting when you touch down in St. Lucia sloppy or fatigued. That's not a good look. Now, this is where you set yourself apart. The serious player knows better. Think methodically, right, about what they're going to do. The pro move, number one, helicopter transfer. Yes, this is the ultimate power move. Companies run helicopter transfers from near UVF, which is the Uranura International Airport, straight to the north near Rodney Bay, right? It's a stunning 15 minutes flight along the coast. Beautiful. The coast typically this typically costs a few $100s. Isn't an expense. It's an investment, I would say, right? You buy back 2 hours of your time, skip the traffic, the little that there is, get an incredible aerial view of the island, which is pretty much a tour, and arrive refreshed and ready. Stepping out of the helicopter sends a clear message: a boss has arrived, right? And you're ready to go. The pro move, number two, you could use the ferry service. It's a fantastic and often overlooked option. A short taxi ride from UVF takes you to a ferry dock. From there, a water taxi zips you up the beautiful West Coast, docking right in the Rodney Bay Marina. In about 60 to 90 minutes, probably save about a half an hour to an hour. It's often priced similarly to a private taxi, but it's infinitely more comfortable and also more scenic because you ride along the coast. And you avoid the roads, enjoy the sea breeze, and see the pitons from the water. And that is fabulous. That is amazing. Pro tip number three. Pro tip move number three: the private car service. Now, if you prefer to stay on the ground, and that's absolutely fine. You want to avoid the water, avoid the air, the absolute minimum is a pre-booked high-end private car. This isn't just any taxi. We're talking about a reputable company with a fleet of clean air-conditioned sedans or SUVs, right? The driver meets you in arrivals. You get Wi-Fi to catch up on emails, and you can arrive with your composure intact. That is very important, especially if you go into a business meeting. Now, choosing one of these free options is your first strategic decision on the ground. It immediately takes you off the tourist track and puts you on the professional one. Yes, that simple move switches the dynamic. Now, the next question would be where to stay for business. Your base of operations. That's very important because it needs to be comfortable and also quiet. Now, your choice of hotels is another strategic decision. You're not looking for a romantic getaway. You need a functional, well-located base of operations, which means quiet and Wi-Fi, most likely, right? Now, Rodney for most businesses, this is the unofficial capital. Located in the north, it's a vibrant hub with the island's best concentration of restaurants, banks, and also shops. It's also the home of the Rodney Bay Marina, a natural networking spot. All the yacht guys, they're all out there. Businessmen out there, international people out there. Staying here puts you in the center of all the action. Hotels like the upscale Harbor Club by Hilton have hosted investment summits and offer modern amenities. The upside is convenience and networking. The downside, it can feel busy and maybe a little commercial. Just a little, right? Next, you have Castries as the official capital. Castries is actually the official capital. Castries is the government and administrative heart of St. Lucia. If your business involves anything to do with the government, contracts or licensing, I'd say being near the Castries is a huge plus. Although Rodney Bay would not be that far, but it would be a huge plus. This is where the main seaport is as well. So that's where all the cruises and everything comes in. That's where all the ships come in, along with the headquarters of major local businesses. They're all located in the city. The advantage is proximity to power, the government, right? The disadvantage in the city, traffic and a less polished feel than Rodney Bay. That's pretty much it. Now, we also have one of my favorite spots, Soufrière. Soufrière is nestled between the Pitons. Soufrière is the heart of St. Lucia's luxury tourism. Yes, for most day-to-day business, it's not practical because it's actually isolated from the city. But for a specific purpose, a high-level corporate retreat, impressing a major client, or exploring the ultra-luxury market, it is perfect. Soufrière is perfect for that. Hosting a meeting at a resort like Sugar Beach or even the beautiful Jade Mountain sends a powerful message of exclusivity, right? Choose Soufrière surgically, but base your main operations to the north of the island, like Rodney Bay. For the first time business visitors, Rodney Bay, I would say, usually offers the best balance. The master is three pillars: your flight, your on-island transportation, and your base. And you've built the foundation for a successful trip. Right now, we want to give a quick shout out again, guys. Want to take a moment to appreciate our partners, Old Glory Patriotic Apparel, with some nostalgic t-shirts and stuff that is perfect for every traveler and even for the professionals, right? Next, want to go ahead and give a shout out to Cozy Earth. They offer luxury bedding and clothing made from sustainable fabrics like bamboo. Sleep well, travel well, and perform better. Don't forget, guys, to use our code Island Vacation and get some major discounts at those stores, right? Now, let's keep moving along. The business Goldmine, right, of St. Lucia. Okay, now that you've mastered the logistics, you're moving around the island like a pro. Now, let's get to the real reason you're here on the island, the opportunities. St. Lucia's government, for agencies like Invest St. Lucia, isn't just waiting for investment. They're actively encouraging it. Let's break down three of those most lucrative opportunities hiding in plain sight. And it's available to most of the world. Opportunity number one, the import/export power play. Yeah, this is the most direct link in the Florida-St. Lucia corridor. The trade routes are already there, but you're not just looking to participate. You're looking to dominate a niche, right? Like whatever specific niche is your niche, you try to dominate that niche and be the best at it, right? To be the main provider for the island. The opportunity, think beyond basic commodities. The real money is in specialized goods for St. Lucia's key industries and growing consumer class. On the export side, from St. Lucia to Florida, the island is known for high quality agricultural products. We're talking world-class cocoa, artisanal chocolate, and boutique rum. The opportunity is to create a brand or a reliable supply chain to bring these premium products to the United States market, the Florida market, right? Chocolate, world-class cocoa, rum. And there's also sea moss. Let's not forget the sea moss. Very good stuff. On the import side, from Florida to St. Lucia, the needs are huge. Very huge. The island's tourism sector is a hungry beast. It constantly needs supplies, hotel linen, commercial kitchen equipment, specialized food, and beverage products. A modern tech-like point of scale system, right? That's very important because technology keeps growing. Beyond tourism, there's growing demand for construction material, supplies for the yachting industry, and consumer electronics. The Florida connection. This is your unfair advantage, guys. Florida is a logistic titan. Companies in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Port St. Lucie areas are masters of freight forwarding and customs. You would partner with them to handle the shipping, letting you focus on sourcing and sales. For imports to St. Lucia, you could source products from all over the United States, all over the US, consolidate them in Florida's warehouses, and ship them efficiently. That's the trick, right? You could source it from all 52 states and just bring it down to Florida, and that's the hub to ship it out. As you could realize, Florida has a lot of storage units. The first step, do your homework. For exports, contact St. Lucia's trade ports, promotion agencies, EEPA. All right? Trade Export Promotion Agency. That's St. Lucia's own. For imports, identify and on the serve niches. Talk to the hotel managers or construction foremen. What do they have trouble getting? Find a supply in Florida, connect with a freight forwarder, and start by bridging one specific gap in the supply chain. That's all you need to do. Now, opportunity number 2, reinventing tourism and hospitality services. This is something I try to talk about with people when I visit the islands. Tourism is the engine of St. Lucia's economy, but don't just think about owning a hotel. The real opportunity is in high margin services that support the entire industry. Hence the reason why I opened a travel agency, right? The resorts are the stage. The goal is in providing the light, sound, and special effects. That is the industry that I'm in as well, right? The opportunity. Think like a service provider to the giants. The island's luxury resorts have clients with sky-high expectations. This creates demand for premium services. Imagine a high-end concierge company that partners with villas to provide curated experiences, private yachts, charters, bespoke island tours, or exclusive chef-prepared dinners. A huge area is event management. People come down, they want to have parties. We need event people for that. Agencies specializing in organizing corporate retreats in St. Lucia could be incredibly lucrative, and this is what we're working on. There's also a huge need for tech and trading, providing modern property management systems or staff training to boutique hotels. So even education and training is something that's important as well, right? The Florida connection. Florida is a global hub for hospitality. Major cruise lines and hotel chains that are based there. This creates an unparalleled pool of talent and capital. You can recruit experienced pros from Florida for your team in the island of St. Lucia, or partner with Florida-based corporate travel agencies to market your retreat packages. This is where Island Vacation Travel Agency comes into play. The knowledge is in Florida. The application is in St. Lucia, right? Listen to me well. The application is in St. Lucia. The knowledge is in Florida. The first step, network within the St. Lucia hospitality community. Join the St. Lucia Hospitality Tourism Association, SLHTA, right? Talk to the general managers. What are the biggest pain points they experience? Find a recurring problem you could solve. Develop a business plan that offers a targeted solution. Prove your value to one hotel, one at a time. And the word of mouth will be your best marketing tool because it's a small island. If you get one thing right, they're going to refer you to other people, and that's how you get your business going, right? Opportunity number 3, the professional services bridge. Very important. Very, very important. This is the most sophisticated play and potential, the most rewarding, right? It's potentially, let's say potentially the most rewarding. It's about leveraging high-level expertise to service the flow of capital and people between Florida and St. Lucia. We're talking about welfare right now. We're talking about capital. We're talking about money. The bridge is built on real estate, finance, and legal services. These are very, very important. First, real estate. St. Lucia has a citizenship by investment program, that is CBI, citizenship by investment program, where a significant investment in approved real estate can lead to citizenship. Yes, you could get your St. Lucian citizenship by investing. This has supercharged the luxury market. The opportunity isn't just selling properties, but managing them for absentee owners. Yes, you heard me correctly. There's also a need for development, consulting, helping investors navigate the process for new projects that they want to undertake in the island. Big stuff. Second, financial services. This influx of high net worth individuals creates a massive demand for wealth management. Yes, these new citizens need advice on international tax planning and managing their assets. St. Lucia offers a favorable tax environment, guys, with no worldwide income tax, capital gains tax, or inheritance tax for many residents, making it an attractive base. Though anyone considering this should, I must say, consult a professional, a tax professional, for personalized advice. An advisory firm specializing in the clientele is a prime opportunity to undertake and take advantage to all the young people out there. Third, legal services. Every one of those deals require expert legal guidance. Investor need lawyers who can handle CBI applications, navigating property laws, and also structure their corporate entities. A law firm that bridges the legal systems of the US and St. Lucia would be in constant demand. It already has started, and it's going to get more as you get more and more investors, and the gap bridges even better. Now, the Florida connection. The synergy here is undeniable. Miami is a dominant hub for international private banking and wealth management. Everyone knows this. A professional based in Florida can tap into this network of bankers and lawyers to find clients, leveraging the trust that comes with being based in the US system. For an investor looking at St. Lucia, a Florida based advisor who understands both worlds provides ultimate peace of mind because they're very savvy about both the Caribbean, specifically St. Lucia, and also the laws of the US. So that gives a peace of mind to the investors. All right. So that's in the best advantage. The first step, credibility, is everything. Get the right licenses and certifications. Then form strategic partnerships. Be smart about it. Florida-based financial advisor should partner with a local firm in St. Lucia. That only makes sense. A U.S. lawyer should align with a St. Lucian real estate agent. Can't be an expert in everything. Build a trusted team on both sides and start by attending investment seminars in Miami and also St. Lucia. Right? Pay attention to what's going on. Right? Just pay attention. Now, guys, a quick word from Island Vacas. That's ISLANDVACAS.com again. Your personal concierge for smarter, stress-free travel experiences. Whether for business or for leisure, we'll handle the details so you can focus on your success. Visit the website. Come. So, let's bring it all together. So, we started by looking at St. Lucia, not as a tourist, but as a strategy study, right? Seeing beyond the beaches to a thriving economic corridor. Perspectives. We're looking at it differently today, right? We covered mastering the logistics, teaching The tourist shuttle for a helicopter isn't about extravagance. It's about valuing your time and signaling your professionalism. It's all about your introduction and how you come to your meetings and how you land on the country, right? Then we also dove into the gold mine. We saw that the real opportunities aren't always the most obvious ones. It's not just building a resort, it's applying it as well. It's providing the high margin hospitality services the whole industry needs. And for the most ambitious, it's building the professional services bridge in real estate, finance, law, and it also facilitates the flow of major capital. We won't forget as well travel agencies, right? St. Lucia is more than a paradise. It's a platform, a big platform. And Florida is its most powerful partner. We know the ginormous size of Florida and the power and the abilities of what we can do in Florida. The bridge is already built. You just have to be willing to cross it. Now, I want to hear from you guys. We've covered a lot from shipping containers to citizenship by investment. I know it's a lot. Based on what we've discussed, what's one business idea that comes to mind? Let us know. A specific product to export, a unique tourism service, a niche professionalism service. Drop your thoughts in the comments below or on any of our social media platforms. I read every single one of them. And that's where the best new ideas actually happen. And they actually come from our brain. But it's good to put them down. It's good to write them down and see and brainstorm. Right? So for deeper resources, guys, visit islandvacas.com. That's ISLANDVACAS.com for links to Invest St. Lucia, the CBI program, and more. Right? Do not forget that those programs. Special thanks to our sponsors for supporting our show. Greatly appreciate it. And if you want to see us continue, don't forget to shout out to support our sponsors, Scoonie.com for luxury luggage, EricChavez.com for design travel accessories, beautiful hats, women's hats, Shimberwood.com for some great drinks, fullglory.com and CozyEarth.com. Elevate your lifestyle and travel experience. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, guys. Next episode, you never know what we're going to be discussing. We're trying to make it intriguing, we're going to make it interesting, and we're going to dive across the Caribbean and into St. Lucia, Central Florida, and see what we could contribute to the Caribbean. Do not miss it. I am Al Philosian, founder of Island Vacation Travel Agency and the host of Island Vacation Travel Podcast, helping travelers and businesses plan smarter, stress-free trips with a personal touch and global insight. Thanks for listening, guys. We really appreciate you, and you have a beautiful rest of your day. Ciao.